Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax. I am back today with a review of the Cardcase Pro graded card case. And I know a lot of you who watch my channel frequently are thinking to yourselves, didn't you do a review of this not all that long ago? The answer to that question is yes, I did. I did post a review of the very same case not all that long ago. However, after that review was posted, I was actually contacted by the maker of the case. The gentleman's name is Brent. He's very nice. And he actually offered to send me a second model. I'm calling it the version 2. And he sent it to me, and he changed one major factor. That was the dividers that are included in the case. So I'm going to be doing now, after I've had the initial case for a while now, I'm going to re-review it and look at it again. So I'm going to start the same way I did last time. I'm going to talk about the outside of the case. I did mention in my last review that the case came damaged last time it was sent to me. This new case he sent me arrived completely unscathed. I did ask Brent if he had changed anything. The cardboard they're using, I actually noticed this myself, a little bit better, a little stronger, a little bit more durable, not by much, but it is something, and the box came in great shape. It looks perfect, so I'm very happy there. Something else I mentioned in my last review, that there was no handle in the front. I've actually revised my thought process on that a little bit, as the more I've used this kind of case, I've realized once it's completely stocked with graded cards or whatever you collect, you can use it for many things. I'll be going over that today as well. It actually becomes incredibly heavy. So while I did mention I would like to see a handle on the front, it's actually not a bad idea to use what he's using now. He has two handles on the side here that are just perfect for picking up and carrying around just one case at a time. So that's actually not a bad idea now that I've looked at it a little bit longer. Also in my last review I mentioned a locking mechanism aside from the two latches you see on the front. That decision still stays. I would love to see this thing have a locking mechanism. I would love to see, if Brent makes a version 3, I would love to see some kind of locking mechanism on the front here. But with that said, let's go ahead and open it up. Super easy to open, two latches on the front. And here's what I've done. I've revised what I do with the case a little bit. Initially this thing was made to hold graded cards, which I have my own little small PSA collection here, and that's what it does. It does it very well, as a matter of fact. You can fit at least 4 different rows of PSA cards. You can fit all kinds of graded cards, as a matter of fact, as the divider system they have in place back here is done in ½ inches. So if you have one card that's 3½ inches and another card that's say 4 inches, you can fit all of them in the same case, which is actually a really nice feature. Big thing that I mentioned before was the dividers. I'm going to show you one of the old dividers that was used in the old case. See how bent up and not too good looking that is? I mean, it's scuffed, looks damaged. It arrived this way. I've not done anything to it. It actually looks like there was a crack forming at one point. Well, Brent looked at that and he revised it, and they have new dividers now. I'll show you. Check this out. Now you notice some chic and some glare there. It's actually a really good divider. Has a little bit of a mirrored effect. You can see around where I'm pointing. But these are actually really good. They're straight. That was my one big complaint. The old ones were rather bent. I'll show you as best you can. It's a little hard to see on camera, but it is, as a matter of fact, bent versus the old ones, which are straight up and down. This made it very, very difficult to insert into the case itself, whereas these, you just kind of line it up. See if I can do that. And it's a straight shot in. Whereas the old kind, you had to line it up, and then you had to fight with it some. I'm having to fight with it right now. And they don't go straight in. You can hear me force it in. So, obviously you have to spend a little more time on it, which is a little bit annoying, but the new dividers, very nice. They work incredibly well with this specific case. Just them being straight and a little more durable, more so than anything else, really made this case stand out. It's a minor change, but it actually ends up being very big long run. So I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what this case can be used for, as I've been using it now for a couple of months, and it's actually quite effective for what it does. Like I said before, initial purpose, graded cards. and it does that quite well. And something I used, these are actually called Monster Pads. I had to look these up. They're called Monster Pads, and I'll have a link to where you can buy these things in the description below, as well as where you can buy the case specifically as well. They seem to work just fine. They hold things in place. I've got a couple of very expensive booster boxes in here. Monster Pads work real fine. I've actually got probably easily over $1,000 of cards in here, and I feel incredibly safe keeping them in this particular case. When you think about it, your alternative to a specifically designed case for cards, 99.9% of the time is a cardboard box. What are the disadvantages of a cardboard box? Well, the biggest one is you don't have anything to really hold on to when you carry it or move it around. So this actually makes this case a little more ideal for transporting and moving things, as that foam layer that is encircled or around the perimeter of the case does seem to hold everything in place rather well. Cardboard box, you don't get that kind of protection. I mean, if I were to drop this case, I'd likely lose a hinge if it fell down a flight of stairs, but a cardboard box, you don't have any kind of buffer. That's a serious problem. So those are things that I thought about as I reviewed this. A cardboard box isn't fireproof or waterproof. This box is not fireproof or waterproof either. However, it would hold up a heck of a lot better than cardboard would. Excuse me. So that's something I got the chance to think about as well. It actually has several advantages over what your normal and traditional storage is, whether that be cardboard boxes. I've seen some people use Tupperware bins, a drawer somewhere. With this case, you actually have more advantages as it's portable, much more thick and shock absorbent than any cardboard boxes, things along those lines. So that's something really cool that I definitely wanted to review and point out. On top of that, like I said, I have these boxes in here. I'm actually storing more than just graded cards. So what kind of stuff am I storing? I'll go over these in a moment, but what I have in here, this box is capable of holding over 500 traditional 3x4 top loaders. You can hold that many very easily and still have a little bit of room left over. And I know a lot of people don't necessarily use top loaders, especially in the sports card world. I know what is very popular are these little magnetic one-touches, whatever they're called. I did do some measurements on these. This case can hold well over 100 of those super easily. So if you've got, say, auto collection or a jersey auto cards, maybe you've got cards that are worth a couple $100 a piece. Maybe you're a high-end dealer and you deal with a lot of that stuff. Say you've got several $1,000s or tens of thousands of dollars even. This is not a bad choice, as it beats the dusty cardboard box that I've mentioned. This sort of thing can hold that. And while this case was never specifically designed for that, what you can do is what I mentioned before. These Monster Pads, they work incredibly well. We got one extra over here. What you do, since the foam top, it's a high quality foam, by the way, it is good foam base to the top there. What you can do, just take one of these right on top, and it'll hold everything in place super tight. It works really well. So it can hold over 100 of those one touches, over 500 top loaders. Card Saver ones, it can hold somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 to 1,000 of those, fully stocked and loaded. Of course, I mentioned these booster boxes before, and actually if you remove this divider, move these two boxes up, you can fit a third box in here. So for those of you that deal with Pokemon and have booster box collections, you can hold 6 to a case. I mean, if you've got boxes that are worth $200 a piece or whatever, you're saving basically over $1,000 worth of sealed boxes in here. I mean, that's not a bad idea. So I've actually found a number of good uses for this particular case, and I'm actually significantly more happy with it, just with the divider changes. I know that's not a lot, but now that I've had a chance to use it for a while and I see what it's capable of, it's really cool. I did mention before, and I'd be going over these. These are also available on the same site that is in the description below. I did get a chance to talk to Brent. Those particular cases are undergoing a design change. It says on the site 8 to 12 weeks. I'm not going to comment as far as to when they'll be available, as you never know what comes up. So I'll leave that to Brent. So whenever they're available, they're available. But these are actually quite nice, and I'll be doing a review on these as well as soon as the new versions come out, as I rather like those, and those particular graded card cases fit into the box. I can fit 3 right now, and I did speak to Brent, and he said that there is a potential chance that they change how big the box is. That's only a talking point, and it would be something that would be done later in the year. So I really can't say, yes, it'll be done. I have no idea. That's completely his decision because that's his business. But hey, maybe if you have feedback and say, I like these particular cases when they come out in a couple of months or whatever, and you go, love to see a bigger box for them, send them an email. I mean, feedback does not hurt. Reviews do not hurt. Feedback is a good thing. So that's definitely something I wanted to cover. I definitely wanted to go over this box again. As the last review I gave it, I was not too much in favor of it. However, since then, it's grown on me a little bit. It's actually worked out quite well. It does what I need it to do. Like I said before, I've got well over $1,000 in this box in particular, and I've got a second box that's holding probably more than that. So high-end dealers and stuff like that, this is not a bad idea. You can protect your cards very, very well. Like I said before, the only real big thing I would like to see different, locking mechanism in the front. That's it. A little bit bigger, couldn't hurt. But for now, I'm giving this an A+. I like it quite a bit. Beats your cardboard box, beats your Tupperware containers, beats pretty much anything else you can find on the market. So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for taking the time to watch the review. And I'll have a new video upload again soon.